What's up, guys? I'm Clinton Sparks, aka Mr. Get Familiar, and I am the co-founder of XSET. This is my episode of Nerf or Buff. And just so everybody's clear, it is my duty to get you familiar. What does Nerf or Buff mean? If we say Nerf, that means I don't like it. Get it out of here. If I say Buff, we're feeling it. Let's keep it moving. Get familiar. Nerf or Buff. Now you're familiar. Time to rep the set. Boston, my hometown, the headquarters and birthplace of XSET. Rep the set. Why would it be anything other than Buff? Boston is the greatest city in the entire world. Any movie ever made there, besides Fever Pitch and Celtic Pride, but everything else, Good Will Hunting, the town, Mystic River, you name it, everything out of Boston is dope. It's the city of champions. There are more celebrities and success stories out of Boston than you could even imagine. If you did your research and you got familiar with how dope Boston is, then you would buff it too. Boston, Dorchester, Roxbury, Mattapan, everything to do with Boston, complete buff. Selfies. I'm not a fan of selfies. And the reason I'm not a fan of selfies, which I guess I'm going to, right off the top, I don't have to really end with saying nerf it, but I'm not a fan of it because I don't really look good in selfies. So maybe it's a selfish thing because I look like trash and I don't look good in them. Doesn't mean I don't like other people's selfies. Doesn't mean other people don't have good selfies. It just means I'm not into selfies. And I'm definitely not into selfies where you got to go through 4,000 different filters to make me look good. I mean, realistically, how many people take a picture of themselves and say, man, I look dope. I'm going to post a picture of myself because I look good. Taking a picture of me.
You look good! Right. You look good!
I just couldn't do it. Gonna nerf that. Failure. I am a fan of failure. Always have been a fan of failure. Well, let me rephrase that. What most people refer to as failure, I'm a fan of. Why? Because if you don't fail, then you don't know how to prevail. And if you don't plan to fail, then you won't know how to deal with failing when failing happens. So you must always deal with failure. You must expect failure to happen because everybody that wins also fails. Even the Red Sox can lose 50% of their games. They can lose 500% of their games and still come back and win the World Series. So when you fail at something or something doesn't work out the way you want it to work out and you feel like a failure, you should feel more like a winner because failing is one step to becoming stronger, having more information, and being able to win at what it is you wanted to win at in the first place. So we are going to buff failing, fail more. InNOut. I'm a big fan of InNOut. I have 2 kids, so I think anybody would know. Oh, the restaurant. Oh, you didn't say the restaurant.
What?
So I'm going to have to pass on this one because I've never eaten at InNOut my entire life. Sorry guys, I eat healthy and I'm just not a big burger and bun fan and greasy fries, and I'm just going to have to nerf InNOut, not by personal experience, just because my lack of personal experience. So I'm going to nerf it. Esports, totally buff. Imagine if me, the co-founder and owner of XSET, nerfed esports. It doesn't even make sense. Why would this question even be asked to me? Nerf the person that wrote this question because this is completely ridiculous. Rep the set, XSET, get familiar, the #1 fastest growing esports and gaming lifestyle brand in the world, XSET. Current music industry. I am a big fan of the current music industry, and I am also a fan of those people that are trying to get into the music industry, which is why, guys, I wrote a book called How to Win Big in the Music Business with my boy Damon John from Shark Tank. He wrote the foreword. This is the quintessential #1 modern day guide to teach you whether you're a gamer, a streamer, an influencer, a content creator, or you're a musician, DJ, producer, rapper, singer, videographer, choreographer, whatever it is. This is the book that's going to teach you how to win big. Not just in the music business, even though it says that, the principles and values in this book will teach you how to win big at life. And I'm a big fan of the music business right now because there's never been a better time for independent, unsigned artists to build a business and make money in the music industry. And I'm loving everything that's happening. I'm loving all the platforms and all the things that are available for people to turn this into turn their music into a business. And it's a $2 billion industry with independent, unsigned artists. So if you really take your career serious, then I highly suggest, 1, you get this book, How to Win Big in the Music Business. It'll completely change your life. And 2, you start treating yourself like a brand and a business and conducting yourself accordingly because it's the only way you're going to make it in the music business. And if you want to know how to do that, get my book, winbiginmusic.com. I buff everything I just said. New England Patriots. I'm from Boston, guys. Really? This question again? Anything Boston sports. Buff it all. And don't come at me like even though Tom Brady left, yes, it's the city of champions. It's not the one man of champions. It's the entire team. Team effort, guys. We win here at XSET because we're a team. There's not one all-star champion on XSET. We're all all-stars. We bring in all-stars. If you're not an all-star, then we train you to become an all-star, just like we do in Boston. Red Sox, Celtics, Bruins, Patriots, doesn't matter. Buff everything, Boston, especially the New England Patriots. Get familiar.
Hey, Cam, how are you?
Sensational.
Sway Lee. I mean, seriously, guys. Who are writing these questions? Sway Lee, one of the greatest artists of our time. Grammy-nominated, multi-platinum, multi-diamond artist, Sway Lee. XSET, Sway Lee. One half of Ray Sremmurd. However you want to pronounce it. All right, drummers backwards. Ear drummers backwards. Get familiar. Slim Jimmy and Sway Lee, super buff. Get familiar, which is why I got them down with XSET. Because they're incredible human beings, incredible talented people, and they're also dope gamers. Get familiar, Buff Sway Lee and Slim and Jimmy, Ray Sremmurd, XSET. Instagram. Instagram is the sugar, honey, ice, tea. You know what that acronym means. If you don't, get familiar. Instagram's incredible. It's a great place to network. It's a great place to brand and build, to build an audience. It's a great place to share content and drive traffic, which is ultimately is the audience that you're building to everything else that you're working on. Whether you're an entrepreneur, you're a gamer, you're an influencer, content creator, an artist, Instagram and all the tools from Reels to Instagram Live to your stories, all that incredibly powerful tool to use. If you're not using it and you're in the gaming space, you need to start getting familiar with it because there's a ton of audience there that might not know who you are, that doesn't understand esports, doesn't understand gaming, that you need to go there and get them familiar and you can dominate. Instagram buff. The Grammys. Well, being someone that's nominated for a Grammy for my production work. By the way, if you're not familiar, I'm a Grammy-nominated multi-platinum producer that sold over 75 million records, worked with Big Sean, Rick Ross, T.I., T-Pain, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Kanye West, you name it. Lady Gaga, Beyonce. You can see the plaques. I discovered and signed DJ Snake, introduced him to Little John. We created Turn Down for What? Done all these things. This is what I've been doing, guys, right? So the Grammys is really important to me. The Grammys is really important for the music business. And I know some people say, I don't care about accolades. I don't care about awards. It's not so much about bragging rights. It's being respected and appreciated and acknowledged for the hard work that you put in. Some people might look at it as being political. Other people look at it as like, yo, may the best person win. You choose. All I know is I was excited to get a Grammy nomination, and I'm super happy for everybody else that gets one and wins one. And I think it's a real accomplishment for people that do. So I completely and utterly buffed the Grammys. Little Caesars Pizza. One line that I've never heard in my entire life is somebody saying, guys, you want to order Little Caesars Pizza? I've never heard that. Who even eats Little Caesars Pizza? I've never even seen Little Caesars Pizza box in somebody's house. I've never seen a Little pizza party at anybody's house. How do they even exist still? Who eats Little Caesars Pizza? I have to nerf it because I don't know anybody that enjoys Little Caesars Pizza. Not saying it's unenjoyable. I just don't know anybody that likes it, and I've never had it. So we're nerfing Little Caesars Pizza. XSET. Get familiar. XSET right here. I don't know if you guys can see my screen. XSET, the world's greatest, fastest growing, most diverse, inclusive, esports and gaming lifestyle brand in the world. I'm excited to have co-founded this with my partners Marco, Greg, and Will with the mission to do what nobody else has ever done, to build a new blueprint, to build a new standard, to create more opportunities, to help our talent, and to push the whole entire industry forward and connect more industries to this space that are not well-versed or really understand what's going on in the esports and gaming space. Since I've been around, I've been shaping and shifting culture for over 15 years in music, fashion, and in gaming even prior to XSET, which some of you guys may know what I did before this, but XSET is the truth. XSET is the future. And as you guys may know, if you look at our bio or you follow what we're doing, the future is set. XSET. Rep the set, baby. Get familiar. Buff. Thank you so much for watching my episode of Nerf or Buff, and thank you for supporting and following XSET. I promise you guys, if you commit and dedicate yourself to following us and supporting what we're doing, we will do the same for you. And I promise you that we have game-changing moves and plays that we're working on that's going to open up so many doors to so many of you, and it's going to completely change the game for gaming and esports in an awesome way. So if you like dope stuff and you want to hang out with dope people, then XSET is the move. Get familiar. Don't forget to follow us at XSET on socials, and xset.com is our website. Don't forget also to rep the set. My name is Clinton Sparks, co-founder of XSET. Until next time, get familiar.